on behalf of those who are trying to preserve the brick streets in Allen Parkway Village. And I'm standing here just with this great book called Invisible Houston. I ask all of you to go on Amazon, buy it, read it, because all the things that talk about what would happen in the Fourth Ward have taken place. And what's left only is the vestiges of what our forefathers came and settled in that area that you call Fourth Ward, or what's called Fourth Ward, which is now Freedmen's Town. And I understand that the city has put forth some work, and we've voted on something to the effect that will go in and move the bricks and put in the infrastructure and then put them back in. What I'm asking is that you re-engage the community again, and that you, because there are three barriers to learning. One is max, or lack of a picture. What is going to be the final outcome? We need to see what the final outcome is going to be in preserving our history.
Thank you. Councilmember Davis.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out today. That was an excellent book by Dr. Bullard. And what you said is happening in the Fourth Ward. It's also happening in the Northeast with all the dump sites and things like that. So, you know, that book was written almost 30 years ago. Right. And it's still telling the stories and informing us today. So thank you for coming out and shedding light on it.
Councilmember Boyd.
Thank you, Mayor. Good to see you, Mr. Muhammad. You want to make some additional points, but I want to ask you this. Do you have any suggestions or solutions to what you think, or a study group you've been working with believe can be brought to our attention to help address this? Because it's my understanding it's been going on for a while.
Well, there is a group, there has been a study that shows it going up under the bricks and things of that nature. The bottom line for me, and in terms of my expert opinion, is that re-engage the community again. Let's put both plans on the table. Let's sit down and have a conversation. Again, the barrier to learning is lack of mass, misunderstood words, people talking past each other, and too steep a gradient.
Second proposed motion carries.
Okay, Minister.
Councilmember Kubash.
I've been down the street, Andrew Street. I've been in the community. Andrew Street looks like that at one point there had been a trolley on the left-hand side if you're coming from downtown toward the school. Dead ends at the school, but the school has some of the street inside of its property. I've been approached because of the difference between restoration, preservation. You know, I felt good when we voted for it because I'd asked the mayor, were they going to be put back, you know, properly, and the answer was yes. I even called ministers in the community. I drove through the community and talked to people in the community. They seemed okay with it, but I understand your concern. It's already passed. I'm at a loss unless the administration brings it back up or something happens. It's a done deal, and I'm concerned about that because I know the integrity of the street means a lot. So I'm wondering, what can we do now?
Well, what you can do, Councilman, is that you always have the ability.
Motion to extend.
Second proposed motion.
You have the ability to talk with the person whom you gave the contract to re-engage those who've been working on this for years. The beginning of my activism 29 years ago begins with Allen Parkway Village, Fourth Ward, and Freedmen Town. So I have a long history with that. We can do this together, but it has to be together, Mr. Kubash. We can't just, I'm telling you, people will feel very strongly about this. We just got to sit down and talk about it because we can fix this like we did in McGregor Park. We can fix this, man, if we all sit down and work together. And that's what I'm here appealing personally that we do that.
Councilmember Cohen.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much for being here. I just want to make clear a couple of issues because it's in my district. So I know that some of these groups have been meeting going back as far as 1992. I've only been here just a little over 3 years. And in that time, we had a town hall meeting. I have met at least, motion to extend?
Second proposed motion carries.
Thank you all. I have had at least the opportunity of meeting numerous times with people in my office about the issue. I've met with the Fourth Ward group that meets almost every month, and I've certainly walked and been in the district. And I know Councilmember Kubash shared with me that he had been in the district. And the people that we talked to want, what they want are two things. One is to make sure that we do the underground, we can't forget, we're talking about the community. It needs underground water, it needs sanitary and sewers. We're hearing from a lot of people who say, we're being flooded, we're having all sorts of problems. At the same time, we want to keep the integrity of the bricks. Incidentally, every day that this goes on, every day that we prolong this, we are losing more and more bricks. The streets simply can't hold it, the trucks are killing bricks, and people are literally pilfering bricks to take home with them so they can say, look, it's a piece of history. They're going to have the history in their homes, and we're not going to have it on the streets. I believe clearly that what we've been doing up till now, can I stand again?
Very close, Motion carried.
I believe what we've been trying to do is to engage people so that we can have both the balance of what is needed to be done with the integrity of the area, historically and pragmatically. And so I'm all for meeting with people. But truthfully, in 3 years, I have met with a lot of people. So thank you.
Councilwoman, we're the city, we're the first word spoken from the moon. This city. And surely we can fix a brick street.
Absolutely.
And we can do it together. We can put the infrastructure in, we can preserve and restore portions of the brick street, and we can really enhance it and put up the historical marker that lets the world know that that place was settled by
And I
free
agree
slave.
with you, and I think that's where we are. That's why we want the pictures of the bricks. We want to make sure that we lift them carefully, that we clean them, that they're preserved, that we do the infrastructure, that we put them back, that we can say this is an historical part of Houston and it needs to be maintained. I agree with
So
you.
let's all get on board.
Councilmember Boykins, you want to make a motion?
Motion extended.
Very close, motion carried.
Mayor, Mr. Muhammad, I had a visit with Councilmember Cohen to go over some information that was presented to me by Doris Ellis and some others. We met last week, and they gave me some information about the way the current contractor would perform as opposed to, and she and I have had this discussion, as opposed to a contractor who can do the digging from the side, tunnel digging, I think is what they call it. But the point is that they have not had that dialogue with her. My understanding with her, the way they explained it to me, that the engineering firm and the construction firm that can make improvements without moving those bricks are available. I had a great meeting. They educated me with some good information. I wanted to talk to Councilmember Cohen, and I didn't know we were going to have this discussion today because I was going to call Doris Ellis at the end of this meeting and let her know. Motion extended. Let her know that Cohen wants to, Councilmember Cohen wants to visit with him. I agree 1,000% with you. We can do millions of things. I mean, one thing I learned, let me just say this, that they told me that was very
Is
interesting.
is there a question?
Yeah, the question is this, are you guys, that's okay, are you guys willing to meet with Councilmember Cohen, which is in her district, but it represents the whole community, especially as an African-American male, it has an impact on me. Would y'all be open to visit with Councilmember Cohen to see if what you're suggesting can be worked out?
I'm here in support of Doris Ellis and all of those.
Yes, sir.
I'll lend my technical and expertise and my community bona fides to whatever meeting has to take place. But I believe that this can be done. I think it can be done right, and I think that we can complete this and we can all be pleased walking away from it. So my answer is yes.
Okay.
Councilmember Brett.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Muhammad, you do realize that motion to extend?
Very close, motion carried.
Thank you, Council. You do realize that the contract has been let. And unless the mayor puts it back on the agenda or concurs with the discussions that are being had today, the contract moves forward, the work moves forward, and this body has no authority.
Well, I believe that this council can speak to the mayor and her legislative aid to perhaps look at this issue again. If not, then I believe that you have the authority, or you can talk to the city attorney, I don't know, to talk to the contractor himself so that they can engage the people who have this alternative point of view.
I don't refute all that. I'm very pragmatic, and I know that a contract has been let, and I can't go out and interfere with that contract that has been let as a council person that's interfering with it. contract, and I shouldn't do that, I'm prohibited from doing that. This council acts through motion, resolution, and ordinances, it's gonna take that for this body attack. Want to make sure we understood that.
I'm clear about that.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oliver. Michelle told